Undertaking repairs to appliances can be hazardous. Be sure to use the proper tools and safety equipment notes in the guide and follow all instructions. Do not proceed until you are confident that you understand all of the steps and are capable of completing the repair. Some repairs should only be performed by a qualified technician. Over time, the fuel line on a gas trimmer will become hard and brittle. Eventually, the line will crack and leak. Today, we'll show you how to replace the fuel line. You will need both fuel lines to complete the repair. Most manufacturers offer a kit that includes both fuel lines. If your model does not have a kit available, be sure to order both the small and large fuel line. If the filter is rusted or broken, it should be replaced. You can order these parts online by visiting SearsPartsDirect.com or by calling 1-800-252-1698. Write down the exact model number from your trimmer. Include dashes, periods, and other characters. You'll need this complete number to ensure you order the correct parts. The tools you will need to replace the fuel lines are a pair of safety glasses, a pair of scissors, and a pair of hemostat forceps or a pair of long needle nose pliers. The repair can be done with the needle nose pliers, but it's easier to fit the hemostat forceps into tight areas. Besides the tools, you will need a well-ventilated area to work, some shop rags or paper towels, a small gas can to drain the remaining fuel, a funnel, a pen or pencil, and some paper. You may also need a lubricant such as WD-40. Nitrile gloves can be used if you have any concern about your skin coming in contact with fuel. Once you are ready to start, be sure there are no open flames or any kind of ignition source in the area. Then drain any fuel left in the fuel tank. Once the fuel is drained, cap the gas can and set it aside so it doesn't accidentally spill. Old fuel is considered hazardous household waste. Be sure to dispose of all fuel in accordance with applicable law. Most cities or counties have some type of hazardous waste recycling facility. Now draw a diagram of where the fuel lines connect. Be sure to note on the drawing which is the small and which is the large line. Once you have the drawing done, you can remove the fuel line from the carburetor with the hemostat forceps or long needle nose pliers. Grasp the old fuel line inside the tank and pull it into the tank and out the filler opening. If the fuel line came apart while pulling it out, it's a good idea to tip the trimmer and shake it to get all of the pieces out. Once all of the parts of the fuel line are removed, find the fuel filter and the plastic connector, if so equipped. You can throw the rest of the old fuel line away. You will notice the new lines are bigger than the holes in the tank. This allows the line to seal against the tank. To install the line, use the scissors and cut the end of the small line at an angle. Then push the cut end of the line into the small hole in the tank. Once you have the line in the hole, use hemostat forceps or needle nose pliers to reach into the tank and grab the fuel line. Then pull the line through the fuel tank filler opening. You will need to pull out about 4 inches. If it is difficult to pull the line, you can spray a little WD-40 on the fuel line. This will allow the fuel line to pull through easier. Now cut the end of the line square and attach the filter. Then push the filter into the tank. You can now attach the small line to the correct port on the carburetor. If the line is too long, cut it to the proper length with scissors first. Refer to the drawing you made earlier to ensure you are connecting the line to the correct port. If you used any WD-40 on the fuel line, wipe it off with a paper towel before connecting it. Now move to the larger fuel line. You will need to cut the line at an angle similar to the one you did on the smaller line. Then push it into the large hole in the tank. Now grab it with a pair of long needle nose pliers or forceps. Pull enough line out of the tank fill opening so you can cut the end square. If your model is equipped with a connector, hold the fuel line and push the connector into the fuel line. Then pull the fuel line out of the top of the tank. Pull it until the connector is against the hole in the top of the tank. Once it is in position, cut the larger line to length and connect it to the carburetor. Then refuel the fuel tank with fresh fuel and check for leaks. If there are no leaks, the repair is complete. That's all it takes to replace the fuel line on your Craftsman trimmer. For repair advice, check out Sears PartsDirect's DIY step-by-step repair, or visit a Sears Parts and Repair Center if you'd like a trained Sears technician to fix it for you. You can find your local Sears Parts and Repair Center at SearsPartsDirect.com.